Well, now, pull up a chair and mind you don't spill your sweet tea, 'cause what I'm fixin' to tell you is wilder than a chicken fighting a tornado inside a corn crib. Now, I ain't saying every word of this here story is true, but I ain't saying it ain't neither. It all started one fine Saturday when I was sitting out behind the gravy stop arguing with Old Man Butterbean about whether a man could, in fact, ride a steer and live to tell about it. Butterbean squinted at me, chawing a toothpick, and said, "Pete, son, the only thing you're riding is the fast train to the emergency room." Well, naturally, I took that as a formal dare. See, Butterbean's got him a big old steer named Big Lick, named on account of the time he licked an entire pie wagon clean during the 4th of July bake sale. Big Lick's horns are so wide he could dry laundry off 'em on a windy day. I figured all I had to do was climb aboard, hang on for dear life, and wave real big for the folks watching. Easy as pie, so me and Rufus got to work preparing, which mostly meant stacking 2 hay bales and a moldy mattress as a safe landing zone, and saying a lot of prayers. Lula Moonglow heard about it and showed up lickety-split with a funnel cake stand she built out of a wheelbarrow. Bless her heart, she even embroidered a sash that said "Best Rodeo Spirit" in big sparkly letters. It was real purty, too, like something you'd wear to a church cakewalk. Pastor Amos wandered over looking concerned, holding his Bible real tight like he might need to perform last rites on short notice. Well, sir, Butterbean hauled Big Lick out of the pen, and that steer took one look at Rufus, who was wearing a cowboy hat 2 sizes too big, and let out a snort so fierce it knocked over Lula's funnel cake table without even touching it. Still, I said my prayers, squared my shoulders, and clambered up on Big Lick's back like I was climbing a greased light pole. Rufus gave a thumbs up, which ain't easy for a possum, mind you, and Pastor Amos blew a little whistle he pulled out of his coat pocket, and that's when Big Lick launched. First thing I remember seeing was the kazoo choir scattering like bowling pins, Sister Haybales' casserole flying through the air like a frisbee from heaven. Then Big Lick barreled right through Lula's funnel cake stand, powdered sugar blowing everywhere like a Christmas snowstorm in July. Next, we plowed through Granny Junebug's backyard, catching her whole Sunday wash on my head. I do declare I was wearing a pair of Granny's bloomers like a victory flag. Somewhere in there, Rufus tried to help by waving a big red bandana to slow Big Lick down, which worked about as well as trying to stop a freight train with a noodle. Finally, Big Lick bucked one last time and sent me flying through the air like a plucked chicken at the county fair. I landed smack dab in the Sugar Bell Chapel baptizing fountain, arms and legs splayed like a soggy starfish. There was a long, mighty silence. Even Big Lick stopped and just stood there chewing his cud like nothing happened. Then Lula Moonglow marched right up, powder sugar still drifting off her hat, and pinned that "Best Rodeo Spirit" sash right to my dripping shirt. She smiled real big and said, "You're an inspiration to all dreamers, Pickle Pete." Old Man Butterbean wiped his eyes from laughing and hollered, "Somebody call the deacon board. We're gonna need new pew cushions after this one." And Pastor Amos just shook his head, mumbling, "Bless his heart and his tailbone, Lord." But sitting there in that fountain, soaking wet and grinning like a mule in a cornfield, I thought about something Granny Junebug always says. It ain't about how long you hang on, sugar. It's about getting up smiling and trusting the Lord to dust you off. Just like it says in Proverbs 24:16, "For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again. And I reckon if falling flat on your face in front of half the town don't teach you humility and humor, nothing will. So next time you get bucked, bounced, or bloomered right out of your plans, just remember, get up laughing, tip your hat to the Lord, and be mighty proud you gave it a whirl. And that's the honest-to-goodness, mostly kinda true story of the Great Possum Rodeo at Possum Creek Junction. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go find Rufus before he tries to organize the possum barrel races behind the gravy stop.